Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Food School Smarter, Stronger, Leaner podcast on a mission to change the way the world eats. My name is Angela Shurina. I'm a certified nutritionist, health, nutrition, brain performance coach, and just someone with a lot of passion to figure shit out and help you guys to learn how to use nutrition, lifestyle tools to feel, look, and do your absolute best. Guys, today is going to be a very interesting episode with a little bit of spice, a lot of things from my life, and just great episode for the weekend to feel good during that weekend and maybe to do something really enjoyable. So today on my Instagram, I read one of the posts from Brain Nutrition, Brain Health, content creators or content creating accounts that I follow. And the post was about serotonin, this neurotransmitter that we talked a lot about over the past few episodes. So please re-listen to a lot of episodes starting, I think, last Thursday, Friday, and we talked some of it or a lot about it on Monday, Wednesday, and Tuesday, and maybe even Thursday. Serotonin. So the post was what it does in our body. And it enlisted a few of the roles or functions or things that serotonin is important for. Things like bone metabolism. There is a lot of talk about longevity these days in health movement. And a lot of people talk about fasting or restrict this. And we talked about that on this podcast. But again, not a lot of people talk about bone density as being a predictor of longevity. A lot of people, quite a lot. It's one of the major causes of death, I think, when people fall later in life, like 60, 70, 80, and they break a bunch of shit that doesn't recover, and it makes, a lot of stuff in the body doesn't work, internal organs and cardiovascular system, or, some arteries, some veins are damaged, or some organs, and people die at an accelerated rate, right? So bone health is very important, and serotonin, that neurotransmitters that our brain creates, but also our body create, and that acts as hormone besides being a brain chemical and neurotransmitter messenger that neurons use to communicate. So serotonin, it is used in a lot of systems and organs and by the cells in our body, right? And so it is important for bone metabolism. It is, by the way, did you know that your bone, it's also an organ? It produces white blood cells. It produces a bunch of shit, actually. I need to look up all of the things our bone does, but it's not just, the structural thing that holds together our whole body. No, it actually does things in our metabolism. So bone metabolism is very important. Cardiovascular health, serotonin is important for that. Digestive health, important for that. Cell regeneration, important for that. If you want to look good, cell regeneration is important. Also, if you want to feel good and be fit now and many years from now. But even those a few things, bone metabolism, digestion, cardiovascular health, cell regeneration. And then, of course, serotonin is very important for mood regulation and things like anxiety and stress episodes and how stressed you feel, or better say, not so much, stress from overwhelm, but like under dark clouds. It seems like, things just not working, or life is, the glass is half empty, not half full, and you always find something to worry about or something to complain about. Like your serotonin levels might be suboptimal. It's not that it's your personality or something wrong is happening to you. You might be contributing to that low serotonin levels with your lifestyle and your nutrition. And for most people, that's the case because our lifestyle and our diets globally are screwed up. And then a fun thing, serotonin has a lot to do with sexual desire. And guys, I already shared, I think this is the first time in my life when I feel like I'm really sexually healthy and I have desires, and I'm like, I need to start dating. Whereas before I didn't really care because my sexual desire and I think sexual hormones were just not where they supposed to be. And probably I was contributing to that, too much fasting, again, into longevity, restricting this or that, protein, only like 1 or 2 times per day. Now I'm eating it on the clock 3 times per day. So sexual desire, that's the fun thing. If I have so many friends, in their 40s and 50s usually and 60s that have marriages or relationships, and they basically live with a best friend. They kind of give up on their sexual life. A lot of it, a lot of women experience problem with that, with sexual desire going down, especially after menopause. And again, a lot of it has to do not so much with natural causes, even though, of course, with age, with years, our sex hormones diminish and desires probably not as much as like when we're 20. But there are a lot of healthy people who super engage in their sexual life when they're 60 and they're 70. Some are even having babies, especially for the guys. It seems to be quite common, have great sexual drive when they're 50 and 60. And did you know, by the way, that men naturally produce more serotonin? So maybe that has something to do with increased sexual desire in men more so than in women. But for women in general, serotonin levels can be compromised by so many things. We are just so much more aware of our environment and attuned to that. And so many things can make us worry and stress and anxious, right? And also women tend to be on some sort of diet, especially now all the times. And protein eating, a lot of women go vegan and vegetarians, and it's not good for serotonin, nor is it good for sexual desire. And so, guys, and especially girls, if you are experiencing problems or inadequacy, you feel like, you could use some more of sexual drive. So serotonin optimization might be the thing that you need to do. Again, from my personal experience, just 10 days of doing all the things that are good for serotonin. And I can tell you, I feel good. Even, right after my period, when the sexual hormones are usually not that high, they were super high. And again, simple things matter. Protein eating for me was a huge thing. So if you're a guy whose maybe other half might be experiencing some problems in that department, not that sexual, and then there's something wrong with her, or she lost her attraction to you. Maybe she's just not eating the right, all the crazy diets, all the restrictions, not eating enough protein, and not eating things like, yogurts with probiotics, not taking supplements, or like fish oil, or just simple multivitamin, multimineral. All of these things, they really do contribute to sexual drive. Again, it's not that your partner is not sexual, their health just might be not there. And sexual drive, it's one of those things, it's not acute health problems, but your health is not thriving when you don't have it. Because procreation, sexual desire, it's not your body's major concern. Your body's major concern is survival first. So when your sexual desire goes down, that means that some things are starting to not work properly, but it just hasn't manifested itself yet into full-blown health problems. So catch it early. If you have no sexual drive and, you kind of in that age, and, to be honest, like, unless you are 90, even then, I don't know, but you should have your sexual drive at a good level throughout your whole life. That's been true, again, for people who live to 100 and more. They usually quite sexually active till very late in life. Especially if they don't have any mobility problems that, would create a obstacle to to fulfill on those sexual drives and desires. I didn't talk about sex much on this podcast for many different reasons. It's kind of part of personal life, but also my sexual drive, to be honest, has never been where I could brag about it. And now it is. And I'm like, this is what you do. Eat your protein. I'm specifically talking about animal protein because L-tryptophan, the amino acid that serotonin, important for sexual desire, is made of, it's predominantly found in animal products, and even then you don't have a lot of it. And so what's important is to eat your protein-rich foods, 30-40 grams of protein 3 times per day, especially if you're experiencing problems. Make it a priority. The second thing, exercise, because exercise, it boosts the transmission of serotonin through blood-brain barrier. And so more of it is available in your brain to produce serotonin, not just in your body, but also in your brain. So protein, exercise. Another thing, serotonin is very sensitive to light exposure, right? So in the morning, go for 20-30 minutes. In the afternoon, go for 20-30 minutes. Every single day. It is important. Serotonin is one of those neurotransmitters and chemicals that is highly light sensitive. So again, protein eating, your exercise, your light exposure. Of course, sleep and all of those other things are important, but specifically those practices, a lot of people kind of skip or don't really do that consistently. So eat your protein 3 times per day, animal origin, 30-40 grams, exercise for 30 minutes. For serotonin, guys, you don't want to exercise too intensely. It seems that when you exercise too intensely, it increases your stress hormones more than your serotonin. It compromises your levels of serotonin. So you want to exercise for like 30 minutes a day. Weight training is especially good, but not too much. Don't push yourself to a point where you feel like it's you suffering. And also a good indication that the intensity levels were right is after workout, you should feel energized. Like I'm recording this podcast right after my workout. I didn't eat anything, nothing, but I feel so full of energy. And that's how you know that the intensity of your workout was right. You feel energized, not completely fatigued and wiped out, not able to think or do anything. That is too much for serotonin levels. So if you are experiencing problems with your sexual drive and all of the other things that I mentioned, you might look into slowing down with your exercise also and not going that intense. Again, after workouts, you should feel energized, not wiped out. So protein, exercise, light exposure, and foods that have been shown to improve serotonin levels in the brain specifically, probably in the body too. Well, for, yogurt and probiotics, that definitely starts in your gut. And some of it, they say, might be traveling to your brain, but we don't know for sure. But so substances and foods specifically that increase your serotonin levels, whether directly in the brain or indirectly. Yogurt, specifically choose Greek yogurt because it has almost double amount, probably not almost, but sometimes even more than double amount of protein in compared to regular yogurts. Of course, no sugar, no fillers, all of that stuff. I personally recommend 500 milliliters. If you're not, of course, allergic and super lactose intolerant, if you tolerate dairy pretty well, but just wasn't sure if it's good for you, but you never really experience negative side effects, especially with fermented, good quality organic dairy, try it, see how you do. So 500 milliliters, again, a lot of proteins, like 40 grams of protein in Greek yogurt. Fatty fish and fish oil, like bump up your consumption at least 2 grams. I probably consume now like closer to 3 grams, to be honest, from foods and supplements. In just supplement, I think I have like almost 2,000, and then I eat fatty fish almost every day, so that's like another 1.5 grams, right? So eat fatty fish. It makes your serotonin receptors more sensitive. It increases the release of serotonin. So fatty fish, fish oil, really amazing. To choose good quality, and food is always better for many additional benefits. So we have yogurt, we have fatty fish and fish oil, we have chocolate that boosts all of the feeling good neurotransmitters. But of course, you need to go for really dark stuff and not the stuff with milk and a lot of sugar. I recommend to go as high as 90, 95, 100%. I always eat 100%, and that's where the good stuff is. So chocolate And curry spice, turmeric, either take a turmeric in a supplement form, or eat your curry spice or turmeric in your cooking. Maybe you put it in your smoothies, your lattes, or coffees, or whatever drinks you like, put it there, or take it as a supplement. It doesn't have, super nice taste. Curry spice though, quite nice. Not hot, but spicy. Meaning a lot of flavor, but not hotness on your tongue. So those things, they help with your serotonin levels. But I think the major thing, guys, is just having a good lifestyle, sleeping well, managing your stress well, because that is not good for your serotonin. And then on top of that, multivitamin, multivitamin, take that and do things like eating your protein 3 times per day, exercise, but not too much, expose yourself to natural light. If you don't have that ability, purchase that lamp. It's important. And also, guys, I want you to understand, sexual drive is not just for sex. It makes you feel more alive in general. You're going to feel like life, again, got its colors back. It's not, again, just about having more action in the bedroom. It's actually about the quality of your life that's gonna increase. So don't take it lightly. Optimize for serotonin. If you have any questions, please do reach out. Angela at brainbreakthroughcoach.com. That's my new email. Also, guys, huge announcement. At the end of our episode, there's going to be only one link today in the show notes. And that's going to lead to my new project, my new passionate project, Brain Breakthrough Lifestyle. It's a publication that I started on Substack that allows you to subscribe and follow all of my content. But that's not the only thing it does. It allows tiers of subscribers. So free tier, where I'm going to publish every week, all these science from the labs, straight from research labs and institutions, translated into doable protocols like I do here, but more. I always put more in writing, more recommendations, more specific protocols, more details about maybe supplements or the amount of this, specific behavior or protein-rich foods or that specific supplement where you can get it. So in writing, I always put more. So that's going to be there for free. Every week you're going to get it in your inbox, or you can go to a website and get it there. Also, if you subscribe, $7 per month or $70 per year, really nothing. It's a cup of coffee for you, if you live especially in the US, Canada, or Europe. And for that, you're going to get weekly Q&As. You don't have to attend all of them, but when you want, you can attend, you can ask your questions, and you can connect with people who are passionate about the same things, sharing their experiences in life, how they troubleshoot certain things. And it's all going to be around those brain, performance, productivity, lifestyle, and nutrition that, as you can see, not just good for your brain, but also for your sexual desire and quality of your life. So as a paid subscriber, you're going to have this ability to connect with me every week. If you go a little bit further to a founding member, that's not a lot further, it's like $200 a year, then you'll be able to book a call with me every month if you decide to do so. And you can ask all of your questions and we can troubleshoot, and I could coach you through the most sticking point where you can't really figure things out or you can't seem to consistently implement that, because that's what coach does, helps you to implement, especially when it's hard for you, and build long-term habits. What else? You're going to get a lot of discounts on the supplements and collaboration that I'm going to develop with different companies providing circadian lamps or, again, best fish oil, or different brain hacking or brain enhancing tech and supplements and solutions. I'm developing also my own merchandise like t-shirt and cups. As a subscriber, you either gonna get it for free at least once if you are in the area where it can be delivered. Also, I'm going to be doing events very soon in Riviera Maya in Mexico, and you're going to get discounts. And also as a paid subscriber, you're going to get lifetime discounts for basically everything I do. And guys, I always wanted to communicate closely with my fans. You're like family to me, and be able to do more research, and your support, it's not a lot for you, but together, when we pool all the resource a little bit at a time, each of us, we can really make a difference. It would make such a huge difference when you guys contribute to my work, and I'll develop more of that. And anyhow, you'll read more about why I'm doing this project in a very short post that you'll find following the link. It's 5-minute read, I promise you. But you'll understand why I'm doing that and why it's important. All these practicals that I'm sharing with you, they allowed me to become the person who I am today. I used to be a shy person who had to clear her throat every time she needed to speak to anyone. Like, it doesn't matter who it was, like a person on the street or a family member, a friend. And I was so shy I couldn't speak to any camera of my phone. And now I'm easily giving talks to hundreds of people, live or online. I can tell anyone anything. I'm just such a different person. And I always ask myself, what if I was taught and knew all the things earlier? What could happen? How my life would have gone? And I'm not saying that in a bitter manner away. I'm just wondering, what if I can share that with that kid or with that person, be there, 30, 40, 50, 60, and that can change the course of their life? What if I can really share it and deliver on a much bigger level, right? So check out the link in the show notes, very short. And if you feel like connected to this mission, please support me. It means a lot as a content creator who's passionate about work, growing, improving, and helping others to grow, to improve, and do awesome things, feeling and looking absolutely fabulous, right? Check it out. And guys, work on your serotonin, right? That's what the episode was about. Don't forget protein, exercise, light exposure, and also all the foods that I mentioned. If you have questions, reach out, check out the link in the show notes, share this podcast episode with all of your friends, text, email it if you feel like it can benefit people. Also share it maybe with your partner who might be experiencing a sexual energy decline. It's not them. It might be their health, especially for girls, with all these diets and all these vegan diets and vegetarian and all kinds of stuff, right? So share that with your partner, especially if you want to develop this relationship. And have an awesome weekend, guys. Do something fun. Share it with me. Check out the link in the show notes. And till next time, eat better daily.